Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Cowdenbeath Football Club, welcome to tonight's one-off event. We are tonight going to launch the new home kit for the season ahead. I suppose there was a time when a new kit coming out caused a good deal of excitement at a football club. Then it rather seemed to be the case that kits came out every single year and interest in them sometimes was greater than others. Sometimes kits were liked, sometimes they were not, and that applied to both home kits and away kits. And it just shows that in this world of football you can't please football supporters all the time, and more often than not you can't please them even half the time. But this year we thought we would do something different because it's a special year. It's a 50th anniversary, not of course of the moon landing, and anybody else's 50th anniversary, but a very special anniversary for the club, which David Allen will talk a little bit about in a few minutes. So tonight's kit that you're going to see is something very special. It is unique, it's a one-off, and it's an original which we hope will not only be popular with the supporters but generally with the people who have interest in the club, and you will have the opportunity to see the kit in just a little while. Can I, however, I can't thank everybody who has contributed and contributes to what we do here at the club, but there are some people who deserve a special mention, and those of course are the kit sponsors for the year ahead. And given that my memory is somewhat failing, I've been given a crib sheet by Mr. Allen, so you'll forgive me if I make reference to that. The front of the shirt sponsor is Delta 70 MFG Limited from Canada, and Jim Gray is somewhere here tonight. Where are you, Jim? The top of the back of the shirt is sponsored by Bay Travel, who we work very closely with. Also note that there's a sponsor for the, it says the bottom of the back of the shirt, there must be a better term than the bottom of the back of the lower part of the back of the shirt, and that's David Phillip Commercials Limited from Kirk Newton and Midlothian. And shops are also sponsored by ETS Electrical Trade Supplies Limited from Hamilton. Their owner is Clark Gordon, and again we're very grateful to them. And this year even the socks are sponsored. They are sponsored by 5 local Cowdenbeath fans who came up with the decidedly unoriginal name of the Pet Sock Boys. I would have thought they could do better than that, but they're there. But to all our kit sponsors, we are extremely grateful. Why are we grateful? When we started off this journey, we started off in the Championship. And we stayed in the Championship. And then we were relegated from the Championship, and then we were relegated again, on each occasion by a point, by a goal, call it what you will. And as often happens to clubs, when you start to come down leagues, the decline is very, very difficult to arrest. And it proved to be so for here. There's a whole variety of reasons for that, I'm not going to go into them tonight, but funding, prize money, everything plays a part. And it has been extremely difficult to arrest that decline. Well, last season we did, and we not only arrested it, but we turned the club in an upwards direction, in a positive direction, and finished in our best league position for 3 seasons. And that was thanks very much to Gary and the management team and the players who were with us last season. And I'm very grateful to Gary for all his hard work. He's done exactly what I asked him to do, and that was to stop the slide and give us something to look forward to. Just to make life simple for him this year, I've told him I expect us to win the league, failing which we've got to be in the playoffs. And unsurprisingly, he has accepted that challenge. And that is the aim, is to try and get us in a position where we have a chance to get up another league. So The aim of the club always is to try to take us forward, and that's what we've been doing. It's not been easy in recent times, but now we think we are going in the right direction. But in order to do that, we do very, very much need the help of all our sponsors, all our supporters, everyone who goes out and raises money, who gets interest in the club. And that is one thing this new kit is all about. It's to give us a chance to heighten the profile of the club, to get some attention for the club, and in order to gain more interest and frankly gain more financial support. Because everything that comes into the club, everything we get, goes towards the playing staff and improving the playing squad. So thank you all for coming along here tonight. One of our other important partners over a number of years has been Football Nation. They have been our kit suppliers throughout the time that I've been involved here, apart from one season, and we've built up a very, very good relationship with them. And the kit that you are going to see tonight is something they've had a major, major role in preparing. And the managing director, Stephen Dow, is with us tonight, and he's going to say just a little bit about how we come to have this rather special kit. Stephen.
I'll keep it brief because this is probably slightly the boring part for some people, but every year the multitude of clubs that we deal with all look to have a new kit for the new season ahead, but it's not often we get the challenge of coming up with something that has a little bit of history and a little bit something special to it. So it's challenging because if you're a team in the Premier League, you might sell 5,000 shirts, 10,000 shirts, and the ability to pre-plan, pre-order, and have that all sorted out with sponsors months, if not years in advance, it's an easy job. The guys at Cowdenbeath work exceptionally hard to get sponsors on board, and it's great that we've got some of the sponsors here tonight. That does provide a challenge for us because we always know when we need to deliver a kit for. At the same time, we need the sponsors' details a long time in advance. That wasn't the case for this one, so we've worked doubly hard to ensure that the kit was delivered on time. Now we know it's a special anniversary kit, so we had to take inspiration from the kit from 1969. I think David will be talking about that in due course. But the concept of the shirt is very simple and very much a throwback to that time. Obviously the difference being sponsors and so on that we have on it now. But for us, I think it's been a real pleasure to do, really just on the grounds that it's not often we get a chance to do something as special as an anniversary kit like this. So we're delighted that we've been involved in it, and we hope that everyone's going to be buying lots and lots, because the more the shirt sells, without a doubt the benefit is there for the club. So hopefully you're all going to enjoy it. I think we're now going to hand over to David, who's going to talk a little bit about the history of what happened back then, and bringing it on to the presentation of the kit. So I'll hand over to David.
Thanks, Stephen. I get wheeled out when history's to be spoken about. Most of you are in the same sort of peer group as me. We're here 50 years ago, date your allegiance to the club back those 50 years. Some, Ben, I can see you there, even longer. This lounge, as many of you will know, is soon to be renamed the Andy Matthew Lounge in honour of our manager from that era, and that will be formalised shortly in a week or two when we have the next ceremony here for the naming of the lounge. But today we're here to launch the 50th anniversary strip, the anniversary strip from the promotion team of 1969-70. A fantastic team. Some of those lads are still around, some sadly no longer with us. That strip, if I go back to the history of Cowdenbeath strip, Cowdenbeath started out Cowdenbeath Rangers. There's with another team, there was a number of strips. Maroon was tried, red, white and blue stripes. Then in the 1890s, Cowdenbeath Football Club were clad in red and white stripes until 1911. 15 to 20 years that was the red and white stripes. So they were the miners, but they're also called the signalmen because they played up beside the railway track and they had red and white stripes. For some reason, in 1911, they changed to the familiar blue jerseys that we played in so many seasons. The the blue jerseys that we played in last season. Not the same ones, but a similar top. That continued from 1911 till 1969. 58 years. Blue, every season. Then one day in 1969, the team ran out and they were in blue and white stripes. Candy stripes, as they call them. I've no idea why it changed. If anybody knows why, they can tell me. It wasn't anything to do with Charlie Grunbach's butcher aprons, as people say, I'm sure. But I don't know why that is. Maybe some of the ex-players do. But for some reason, we changed after 58 years to blue and white stripes, and success came along straight away. And we had probably the best era the club's had since the war. For 4 years when we wore those strips, that's what we wore them for. They were iconic to many of us. They haven't been sported. They were sported again in 1995 to 1998, if you remember, when Sammy Conn was the manager and stuff like that. Not particularly successful era, but that was around about the 25th anniversary. Well, that was a celebration of the 25th anniversary, or coincidence, I don't know. But we went another 25 years or so without having the stripe, so it was time for them to come back. So we've come up with a modern take on a retro style. The sponsors are on it now. The strip from all those years ago was a plain blue and white candy striped effort. Didn't have the club badge. That's one of the main changes in all the tags and insignia you get now. But I think you'll find it's been well worth the wait. The 25 years or the 50 years. John Finlay here brought along something tonight which I'll share with you. This is a strip from 50 years ago. This is an actual Cowdenbeath strip from 1969-70. Do anybody know whose strip that is?
Billy Lee.
No.
Billy Bostock.
Billy Bostock.
Billy Bostock's.
Billy, no longer with us. Died quite young. The famous game against Falkirk here, when we beat them 2-1 in front of the biggest crowd anybody's ever seen here. He scored the winner with 3 minutes to go, and they celebrated out here in front of the stand. And we all went home with a glowing face and a lot of happiness that night. So hopefully the new strip can bring us the same sort of fortunes as we enjoyed back in 1969-70. And I hope to see have another Billy Bostock moment this year. And without further ado, I'll ask Stephen to bring in our Bale models. There's a fourth chap joined us at the end. I'll get out the picture. Anybody want to take photos or anything? The opportunity here.
That right, doesn't it?